Hello there. It's time for a little bit of review. We're going to go over the shading techniques we talked about in class, so you can refer back to this video throughout the year or if you missed class today. Anyhow, alright, let's get started. Get a pencil. You can use regular mechanical pencil I got here, or use your fancy Ticonderoga that I handed out in class. Generally, these kind of work better, I think. So, let's get started. So, the first technique we're going to look at is blending. Blending is pretty easy. What you want to do is make some lines like this. And you want to go, darkest to lightest on your drawing, whatever's appropriate. Remember the value scale that we learned. And then you just take your finger and you go like this. Now, blending can be difficult to keep it from looking kind of dirty. If you'll notice that there's kind of some streaking in here that's not very even, that's because the oil's in your fingers. So what you're gonna want to do is get a tissue, maybe, and try that. Also gets your fingers really messy. If you don't like that, use a tissue or something soft to blend it, or you can use your fingers. Personally, I like to use my fingers. Okay, so that's blending, super easy. Next is stippling, also really easy. And all stippling is just a bunch of dots. And so you just take your pencil, you just kind of go like that, making dots, 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 dots everywhere. Oh yeah. Dots. And then if you want it darker, you put more dots. Like so. And then as it gets lighter, you use less dots. Easy. You can do that. You got this. Alright, next is hatching. Hatching, you start out just like blending, and you make lines. Kind of make neat lines. As you get better and you draw more, you'll be able to add more style with your lines, but for now I want you guys to kind of be careful about how you apply your lines. Go slowly and go in the direction of your shapes, which I'll cover in a little bit. So you just kind of add more lines as you want it darker, and less lines as you want it lighter. See? Pretty easy. And you can kind of add more as you go. Alright, and then finally, we have cross-hatching, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's hatching, but then you come back over and do another one. So here's your first set of lines. And then you want to come back over, you want to cross it like that. And kind of space them out as you get lighter, like so. Personally, my favorite is cross-hatching because it gives you a lot more value range. You can get a lot darker going back and forth than you can with that. And I also just like the way cross-hatching looks. It's also good to combine this with blending. If you do cross-hatching first, like so, and then you take your finger and you blend it, it looks nicer because you already have that nice hatching marks underneath, and then where it doesn't quite blend all the way. See how it's not blended all the way? So that's my personal favorite. You're free to experiment, do what you need, and so on and so forth. And then finally, to apply this stuff, here's my drawing I have here prepared. This is the Shredder playing his classic 1958 Gibson Carina. And so when you apply these shading techniques, you're going to want to go in the direction of the object, like I mentioned earlier. So let's take a look at his arm. See, it's round. A big bicep is nice and round and fat, and so we want to draw our lines nice and round around his arm, like this, so that we know that his arm is big and fat. And then we're going to put some shading here, so I'm going to come back and do my cross-hatching, and I'm going to go like this. Kind of add some shading here. Give his arm a little definition. Okay, and then because this is skin, personally I like to blend it. I think it looks a little more clean, kind of like skin. And so, just kind of take your finger and do that. Alright, and that's it. Good luck!